Hello everyone, welcome back. This video serves two purposes. One, to let you know that I am streaming tonight, hopefully for the update that should be taking place at some point between 7 and 10 Eastern. So come hang out then if you want. Second, bit of a PSA for Dragon fans. Hello, I am also Dragon fans. You might think that we got off kind of easy with their not being any actual dragons on the Halloween banner, at least not dragon unit type. But is this not done with us, per se? For the year, perhaps, but very soon, some would say 90-ish days away, we will have a New Year's banner. 2024 is Year of the Dragon. In the past, when certain years have occurred, that can translate over to Beast or Manakite or what have you. We have had units like that. So think of You're the Rabbit, You're the Tiger. We've had heroes corresponding with that showing up on the actual New Year's banner because of it. Cool. As I said, 2024 is Year of the Dragon, so it makes sense that we would have a dragon banner, but inconveniently would only be about 3 months after the Halloween banner, which is historically, at least the last several years, a very dragon heavy banner. Not getting any actual dragon units on this Halloween banner this year almost confirms that we will be getting dragons for New Year's. 2024, it's all adding up. It's all coming together. Now, if you're interested in what I think we might see for a dragon banner, I have prepared just a couple of names that might pique your fancy. Okay, so Nasir, he's number one on my most wanted list at this point. We might see Vale. There's a possibility there. Faye has a decent shot at getting in there. Eden also decent shot of getting in there. Zane could show up, maybe. I think he's kind of in special hero purgatory, so that might make sense. A classic pick would also just be Tiki. I mean, there's no stopping her. Will literally give her any version that they wish. And, you know, New Year would not be any different. I don't think. Rhea, because they want to continuously attack me, is a very real possibility. In fact, there was at one point I was so sure that we were getting a New Year Rhea that I actually had an emote made of her. So wouldn't that be funny if years later everything came full circle? Ninian, I think, is probably one of the most popular dragon options that has at their disposal, and they show a fair amount of favoritism to her. Nagi is on my wish list, but will ultimately not be identified. They could do Myrrh. Myrrh, I feel like, is pretty popular. Lilith is another one. I actually had a thought. That maybe if they decided to do harmonized, that they would do a Lilith Vale harmonized with Vale in the front of the pairing, so it was actually a Vale unit. And I thought, well, that would be cute because they share a fair amount of similarities, especially when it comes to their respective family trees. So I thought, well, that could be a thing. That could be something that they do, maybe. But then I realized we really only have duos for New Year's, and not just duos, we have basically exclusively had duos that were heroes characters. So New Year Peony, right? That's a duo. We also had New Year Dagger, who was also a duo. And then we also had New Year Asker, who was a duo. And we had New Year Alphonse, who was a duo. But we've never actually had a duo that wasn't a hero's character. And so I present to you my grand theory of whomst we are going to get as a duo unit this year for New Year's. If we're checking boxes and looking at things that we haven't really gotten this year, I would put money, not that I am a gambling man, but were I would put money on a Neefle Muspel duo for New Year's this year. And they have this weird habit of kind of pairing people who were outside of maybe Alphonse a bit of at odds with each other, you know? So the fairies, obviously, right? Peony, Triandra, Dagger, Note, kind of at odds with each other till one of them died. Asker, right? Hello. So obviously, I feel like there's going to be a little bit of conflict between the pairing that they have. And I don't think that they would choose anybody from a book outside of 2, given the 2 dragons that we have there. And also, if you want to look at someone like Ymir, for example, she had a summer alt, a duo, in fact. So I don't think they would venture there. We haven't really had any dragons in the current book, so what would they do? I think they go back to Neefle and Muspel, and they have a New Year duo happen there. Now, I know that it somehow usually reflects the active book, but what if it didn't? What if it didn't reflect the book that just ended? What if it didn't? What if it wasn't like Sather, right? What if it wasn't? What if it wasn't Sather? Because really, it's Sather in all of her forms. So could you have a Sather duoing with another version of herself? I don't know if that's even possible. Maybe they throw Hather in there. Could be that. But I don't think that it will be. I don't think that it will be. I think they will venture back into the Neefle Muspel territory, make them a duo dragon that also sort of fits their odd recurrence of having it just be heroes characters for the duo, and pair them upside along a really banging dragon banner for New Year's. That's what I'm thinking. Those are my thoughts. Or they do something completely out of left field. Again, I think a Veil Lilith pairing would be cute. I think that would be neat. Wouldn't be particularly excited about it, but I think it would be a good pairing. But I think that the Neefle Muspel narrative is maybe more in sync with what we will inevitably get. Those are my thoughts. I wanted to let you know so that, maybe if you weren't inclined to save a whole bunch, given everything that's coming up, and if you are a dragon fan, this is me doing my due diligence for you, as I am also one of you. So we're not safe yet. My greatest fear not being a Halloween dragon banner, probably a dragon New Year banner, because New Year banner was at one point my favorite banner of the year until a certain colorless pairing occurred that made me very mad. And now it's not. But if dragons came back into the fold, who's to say? Who's to tell? Anyway, that's it for now. Let me know who you think we're going to be seeing in the New Year's banner. I know it's a whiles away, but fun to speculate. I will see you maybe tonight if you see this in time, or just, whenever, in the next one.